Space race and space program. 1955. In 1955, the U.S. announces their plan for a space satellite. After World War II, the U.S. and Soviet Union entered a Cold War game of spy versus spy. The United States wanted to send spy planes over the Soviet Union, and therefore the Soviet Union wanted to do the same thing, but at the same time, they were trying to keep their depleted army resources a secret. 1957. In 1957, the U.S. Science Advisory Committee convinced Eisenhower to launch non-military satellites. If they did this, then they would really have no risk of getting shot down. After launching Sputnik, it was established that space was free for anyone and you could go wherever you wanted in space. 1958. This was the year a dog entered space. Just a month after sending the first satellite into space, the Soviet Union sent the dog into space on Explorer 1. This came after the United States had many failed attempts on trying to go to space, which wrongly led people to believe this was Eisenhower's fault. 1959. In 1959, both the United States and the Soviet Union wanted to do something bigger, and the ultimate goal was to land a man on the moon. The Soviet Union launched Luna 1, and even though it missed its target, it was still the first ship to go beyond Earth's orbit and to orbit the sun. 1960. In 1960, both nations were looking to improve their space race progress, and both tried to improve their rocket and satellite technology. Since 1959, the U.S. had been planning out a series of secret military spy ships. 1961. Yuri Gagarin was the first human in space, and he entered space in 1961. He was on a ship named Vostok 1. Here, the Soviet Union beating the U.S. in another space race, although the United States announced that they would reach the moon this year. On December 10, 1963, the United States announced plans to create a manned orbiting laboratory. They said it was just for research about space, but really it was used to let astronaut spies take better and more detailed pictures. 1969. The space race ended when Neil Armstrong landed on the moon in 1969. This put the Soviet Union really far behind, and the Soviet Union had been working on the same kind of ship though. The U.S. just did it first. When the Soviets launched their ship called N-1, they realized they needed to make adjustments to make it work. 1974. Both the U.S. and the Soviet Union had made plans to make weapons ranging from cannons to laser guns into space. The Soviet Union launched the Salyut 3 space station, codenamed Almaz, which secretly carried a 23mm Noodleman aircraft cannon.